On a beach.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Tell me more.
It's windy, but daytime.
Mm-hmm. Describe everything around you.
There's a lighthouse on my left-hand side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue. What's it
And
like?
I sit down and
Yes. And as you sit down, what does this body look like that's sitting down?
male, no shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. How old are you there?
59.
Mm-hmm. And look at your body, starting with your feet. What do you look like?
10.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like kind of like a sailor uniform.
Yes. Yes.
And a beard.
Mm-hmm. Notice how you're dressed. What kind of clothing do you have on?
Kind of like a black uh, sailor type of
Mm-hmm.
look.
Yes. Yes. Are you wearing anything on your head?
Like a sailor hat.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And what do you imagine you're doing there?
I'm here for a ceremony.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about this ceremony?
Sad.
Mm-hmm. What is this ceremony all about?
Retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Notice how that makes you feel, that word retirement.
Not useful.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, and when you don't feel useful, what do you think?
What's the point of being here if I'm not useful?
Yes, very good. What do they call you in this life?
Sam.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, Sam, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, we'll move ahead to that significant moment. 1, 2, and 3. Notice if you're indoors or outdoors.
Indoors.
Yes. What is this place?
It's like a hall.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they gave me a medal.
Yes. Look at that medal. What does it look like?
Silver and round. With
Mm-hmm.
real silver.
Yes. What is the meaning of that medal?
For saving lives.
Mm-hmm. How does this make you feel?
Proud.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Who's there with you?
My mom and my wife.
Yes. Very good. So advance a little bit more and tell me what happens next.
I'm walking on the beach again.
Yes.
Remembering past and wartime.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. What does this make you feel?
I'm worried about the sailors,
Yes.
how they'll be without me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and when you worry about these sailors, how does this affect you physically?
I can't sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and when you worry and can't sleep at night, how do you react emotionally to this?
I get nervous
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and sad.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about these sailors And you can't sleep at night and feel so nervous. What are your mental reactions?
I'm trying to help them, but I can't. And I have to will myself to sleep.
So I want you to listen very carefully. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to go when all of this began to get the story, the origin of this. And this time, I want you to see everything in much, much detail. 3, 2, and 1. Where does this all begin?
I'm a boy in the docks. I see a recruiting notice.
Yes. How old are you there?
17 or 18.
Yes. What happens?
I go and read the notice and talk with my mom, and we don't have a lot of money, so I'm going to go join.
Yes. Yes, continue. What happens then?
I go get a uniform, and they tell me that they need men for war.
What war is this that they're fighting?
They're fighting the French, and I'm British.
Yes, what year is this?
It's 17 or 1800s, going into late 1700s.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so what happens?
I'm on a ship, and it looks like wood,
Yes.
and I'm mopping the deck.
Is that your responsibility in that ship, Sam, to mop the deck?
Yes.
How do you feel about this?
I don't like it because it's a grunt work, but I'm young and I have to start somewhere.
Yes, very good. Is there anyone there that assists you, that helps you along?
Her brother, but he's not my brother. He's an older man that helps me.
Yes. Yes, continue. What happens next?
I fell down one day and broke my arm.
Yes. How is this affecting you?
I don't like it.
Yes. Continue.
And then pirates come to our ship, and I don't like that.
What is it about these pirates that you don't like? Notice what you're feeling.
They're foreign and they're shooting cannons at us.
Yes.
I fall in the water,
Yes.
and my arm is still messed up.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
crawl on a rope.
Yes. What happens then?
I get up to the deck and see several dead men.
Yes. Yes. How is this affecting you?
Shock and sadness at seeing this death.
Yes. What's the most traumatic part of this?
My friend died.
So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I'd like for you to advance forward to see what happens after this moment. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you? Yes.
first we were picking up pieces, and then I flashed back home with my mom because she's sick.
Yes. What's happening?
And she has the typhoid.
Yes. How is this affecting you?
I'm upset with my friend died, and now my mom has the typhoid.
Yes. Yes. Continue.
She said, don't worry, she'll get through it.
Yes. What happens next?
I have to leave back to the ship.
Yes. Yes. Continue.
We're going to France.
What is the purpose for this ship to go to France now?
To war over territories.
Yes. Are you in agreement with this war?
No,
No. How does it affect your life on this ship?
I keep it to myself, but I stay quiet.
Yes. Very good. Advance a little bit more to see what happens once you get there.
We're in a harbor of France and getting shot from all sides of our ship.
Yes. Yes, continue.
At first, I want to run and hide, but I know it's not right.
Yes. Yes, continue. What happens?
So I get behind the cannon and start helping shoot.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Yes.
My comrades are dying, so I need to help everyone.
Yes. Yes. What happens next?
The big ship sinks, so we have to go in little ships now.
Yes. Yes, where is it that you're going in these little ships?
A little island by France.
What's on that little island?
Encampments of soldiers and sailors.
Yes. Yes. Continue.
They tell me that we have a stronghold. And if we hold out another week, that we'll win.
Yes.
So we stay there.
What happens?
We're
Yes.
eating the sea creatures, sitting by the fire.
Yes.
The French try to come on the islands, but we stop them again.
Yes. Yes. Continue.
The king sends them a treaty.
Which king is sending the treaty?
The British king to the Napoleon.
Yes. How does this treaty affect you and the soldiers?
We'll get to go home soon to rest, but not yet.
Yes, so what happens?
They send the treaty, and then we're waiting for a big ship to come pick us up.
Yes. Yes, continue.
The ship loads all of the men, and we're England bound.
And what role do you have now on that ship? How do you work on the ship this time?
I'm a seaman navigator.
Yes.
use the viewing scope and the tides and the sundial.
Yes. So this is an important position. Keep the ship straight.
Yes.
How do you feel about this work that you do?
It's important and I enjoy it.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to go to the next important thing that happens in this lifetime, something very significant. 1, 2, and 3. Notice where you are, Sam.
By the docks again.
Yes. What's happening?
I'm going to my wedding.
How are you feeling?
At peace.
Yes. What is happening now?
I see the bride.
Do you recognize those eyes?
Yes.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
We moved to the countryside.
Yes.
To a
How does
cottage.
How does it feel to be countryside since you've been on the ship for so long?
Different.
Yes, continue.
Feels open and safe, and that closed in ship is dangerous. So
I want you to focus on that closed in ship feeling. What do you feel when you feel closed in?
alert, high alert.
Yes. Yes, continue.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's dark. We
Yes.
get attacked. We have been attacked.
Yes.
Men get trapped in there.
Yes, continue.
And we're surrounded by water.
Yes. So I want you to notice all of these things that you're feeling. Feeling so high and alert. Not wanting to be in this dark place. Because you know that men get trapped there. How are all of these things affecting the life as Laura?
She doesn't like those dark places. Small.
Yes. So let's continue. I want you to now go to a moment in that lifetime that impacts you the most. 1, 2, and 3.
I had a son.
Yes. Yes, continue.
It was supposed to be 2, but the other one didn't make it.
Yes. Look at those eyes. Do you recognize those eyes?
Yes.
Yes. Now, when you lose your son, notice how that's affecting you physically.
Upset. Mad. Yeah.
Yes. And when you're so upset and mad, what are the emotional reactions?
Want to be alone. Not good.
And when you're feeling this way, what are your mental reactions?
I know God has a plan, even if I don't like the plan.
Yes. So I want you to notice how this has now affected the life of Laura. Having one of the children?
This life, there were twins. She
Yes.
lost one of them too.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes. So
it
notice
just,
what the soul is feeling.
it had to happen again to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what has Laura learned about this?
That there's a divine plan.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and now I want you to go to the close to the end of that life as Sam. 1, 2, and 3. Notice where you are.
Mm. At home in bed.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
69.
Yes. Notice what's going on with your body.
It hurts like extreme arthritis.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Continue.
And a growth in my lungs.
Mm-hmm. Are you there by yourself or there's somebody there with you?
My son is there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So notice as this body begins to shut down, what do the lungs feel when it has this growth in there, keeping it from breathing properly?
Very hard to breathe. I can't talk anymore.
Yes. What is the last thought that you have from that brain?
I love you to my son.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So I want you to go ahead and just allow that soul to leave that body. And tell me, where is the soul once it leaves? Where does it go?
Floating in space.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I want you to look back at that body of Sam's. What do you need to know about that lifetime?
I was brave and a leader.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
I helped many more people than I know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very
Mm.
good. Anything else?
I don't agree with war, but I did my duties.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I want you to notice all of these things, being such a brave leader, helping so many people. How is that now affecting the life as Laura?
She knows she was a sea captain, so she's a
Mm-hmm.
leader.
Yes. Yes. All right.
And yeah,
So I want you to go ahead and take all of the energy from that soul, from that life, and take that soul into the light. And just breathe that light in. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to allow your soul to take you where it needs to heal. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
in a rainforest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, tell me more.
I'm in Mars.
In Mars?
Yes.
Yes. What do you look like there?
Like a human with blue skin.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you have a male or female energy?
Male.
Male. Very good. And this body, does it wear any clothing?
Yes. No.
Mm-hmm.
On the waist.
Yes. What does it look like?
It looks like leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What does the rest of you look like besides the blue skin?
Carrying a spear
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and a necklace,
Mm-hmm. What's this necklace made out of?
shells,
Yes. Yes. Look down at your feet. What do your feet look like?
blue skin, just open toes everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Do you go by any name there?
Tucson,
Tusak?
Tucson, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So Tusak, let's see what it is that you're doing with that spear. I want you to continue on your journey and see what's happening. Where do you go with it?
Hunting fish,
Mm-hmm. Where do you go to hunt fish?
a little pool, pond area
Yes.
in a valley.
Yes. What do you do?
Grab 10 fish and take them for my village.
Yes. Do you just grab the fish or do you have to spear them?
Both
Both. Mm-hmm. How do you carry these fish?
with my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Continue. Where do you go with them?
Take them by the village to clean them.
Yes. What do these fish look like? Are they small or large?
Big silver fish, like 7 to 12 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Continue. What happens next?
My son and wife come over to eat.
What do they look like?
Triangle heads.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is that what you look like too?
I have a bigger head than them, but triangle, yes.
Mm-hmm. So on this triangle head, where are the features?
Eyes on the side, almost like a fish.
Yes. What else do they have?
Some hair, but my female has more hair.
Yes. Yes. What else do you notice? Do they have a mouth?
There's a mouth, but it's mainly for eating.
Mm-hmm. Do you communicate with your voice or something else?
With the mind and a little bit with the voice.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So Tusak, take a look at those eyes, your wife and your child. Do they seem familiar to you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What happens next?
I'm running in the forest.
Yes. Tell me about this.
There's a fire in the village.
Mm-hmm. Are you
We were
alone?
I'm alone now.
What's happened to the others?
We were attacked by a ship. And they're gone.
Mm-hmm. So where do you go?
I'm running away so I don't have to look at it.
What's happened to your family?
They were gone. They're gone in the attack.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice now, what's been the most difficult part of this experience?
Losing them and all my people.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And when you lose them and all your people and you have to run, How does that now affect the life of Laura?
She doesn't like confrontation.
Yes. And when she has confrontation, what does that make you do in the life of Laura?
Shut down or feeling like running away.
So when you don't like confrontation, and you shut down or run away, what does that keep you from doing in the life of Laura?
Speaking everything she wanted to speak.
Yes. Very good. So let's see what happens next. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and go to the next important event of that lifetime as Tusak. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
In a cave.
What's happening there?
There's an ant person. And they said I could stay with them.
How do you feel about this ant person?
They look weird to me, but I feel welcome.
Yes. Tell me more. What happens inside that cave?
They said I can go to the surface, but it's not safe anymore.
Yes. Why is it that it's not safe to go to the surface?
We were attacked by a ship, and the ships keep coming back.
Yes. So as you keep getting attacked, what happens to you and your life?
I sneak to the surface at nighttime and become old, eat different types of food.
Yes. These foods that you're eating, are they similar to what the ant people eat?
Some of it, like roots, like a root plant
Yes.
that they grow underground.
Okay, very good. So I'd like for you to advance a little bit forward now and tell me what's happening.
I'm dying.
What's happening to your body?
It's fading away.
And as it fades away, where is your soul?
It's getting ready to leave.
Yes. So notice what happens as your body shuts down. What are you feeling in your body?
I'm ready to see my family.
Very good. So I want you to just go to the moment in which you take your last breath in that body. What is the last thought that that brain has?
I love you, world. Thank you.
And as that body dies, allow that body to do whatever it needs to do. And take all of that knowledge and wisdom with you, knowing that with the death of that body, you can now continue, leaving all of that behind. What happens to your soul as you leave that body?
At peace, looking down.
Yes. Yes.
And the planet was bombed, so I'm one of the few that were there.
Very good. And knowing that you were one of the few that were there, I want you to think about this fear of small places, this claustrophobia. Did it come from that life?
Somewhat, yes.
I want you to notice what happens when you feel tight in places. What are the thoughts that come through?
I think of bombs. I think of death. And I'm
Yes.
scared.
Yes. And this thought of bombs and death, has it been the same in a different lifetime?
Yes, and there's other bombs in other lifetimes.
All right. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I want you to go to the one that's been the most significant, that has scared you the most. 1, 2, and 3. You're there? Where are you?
Mm-hmm. London,
What year is this?
1940s.
What do you look like there?
A man with brown hair.
How are you dressed there?
Like a suit, a dark suit.
Yes. What do you call yourself?
Sam,
Sam, what's happening around you?
we were bombed
Yes.
by the Nazis.
What's happened now? Now that everything has been bombed, how is this affecting you?
My wife and son are dead.
Yes. So what do
I
you need to do now?
have the funeral and then leave the country, the god awful country. It's not safe.
Yes. Where do you go, Sam?
Scotland.
Yes. What happens now that you leave there?
And go to the countryside.
So now that you're safe in the countryside, what's the most difficult part that you just experienced?
Losing my family.
Yes.
I'm 39.
Yes. And notice if you left a piece of you in all of that bombing.
I'll never be the same.
Say that again.
I'll never be the same.
So, Sam, we're going to go back to that moment in which everything changed for you. That moment in which you moved forward, not being the same. And I want you to get to the point exactly when that happened, when there was a split from the old Sam to the new one. 3, 2, and 1. You're there. Where are you?
I'm shooting and sounds are getting closer. I told my wife we have to leave.
Yes.
She says no.
Yes. What happens
She's
next?
she said that's her home.
Yes. Continue. What happens then?
We went to bed.
Continue.
The roof caved in.
Yes.
I can't save them.
Very good. So I want you to notice what's been the most difficult part of this.
Sorry, can I take a break?
In a
Bathroom.
moment.
Okay.
In a moment. I want you to tell me what's the most difficult part of this.
She didn't listen to me.
Yes.
Now they're dead.
Yes. So I want you to notice how it is that you feel when someone doesn't listen to you.
like I'm not being heard.
Yes. And when you're not being heard, how do you react to this physically?
Feel sad, unimportant.
Unimportant. Very good. And when you're not being heard, how do you react to this emotionally?
I shut down.
And when you're not being heard, when you're feeling sad, how do you react to this mentally?
I feel alone.
So I want you to notice all of these things. When you're not being heard and feel sad and unimportant, and feel like you need to shut down and so alone, how is this now affecting the life of Laura?
She doesn't like to confront people when she should.
Yes. And when she doesn't confront people, what does that make her do?
Internalizes.
Yes. And when you internalize these things, what does it keep you from doing?
Mm. Throat chakra shuts down.
Yes. So I want you to notice all of these things that are happening now. And I want you to talk to that soul of Sam. What do you need to tell him about what's just happened?
It's okay. Your wife made her choice. Let
Yes.
let people have their free will.
All right. So, Sam, I want you to look at all of those who bombed your home and your wife who didn't listen to you. And I want you to tell them everything you need to tell them. Get it all out, even if you have to yell at them. Get it out.
Why would you kill innocents? This is not war. This is a slaughter.
Yes.
You do it to follow orders, but that only goes so far.
Yes.
Take responsibility
Yes.
and have compassion, not only for others, but for your own people.
And I want you now to demand that they take all of the energy that they took from you in this terrible slaughter. This energy that made a different person of you. One that didn't have the strength, the same ideas. It made a different man out of you. Go ahead and demand that they give you back everything that their deeds did to you.
Give me back all my energy. It's not yours.
Open your arms and receive this energy now. Breathe it in. Fill your whole body with this energy. This is your energy, what they took from you. That's it. Very good. And now that you have your energy, I want you to talk to your wife and explain to her everything that happened to you that you weren't able to explain. Tell her.
I'm sorry it happened this way. I saw it coming. I felt it. And you chose death over me. But I understand that you made your choice, and I respect that.
Can you forgive her for leaving you, for making that choice?
I can.
So release that energy. Find where that energy is within you. Release. And I want you to go ahead and take that part of your soul that was fractured there. And I want you to take that into the light now. And with now knowing that with the end of that lifetime, you no longer need to carry with you that fear of that collapsing, the fear of enclosed spaces, of losing your loved ones. You could now let that go and breathe that new light. And with that, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll open your eyes, use the bathroom, don't look at the mirrors, and when you come back, you'll go even deeper. 1, 2, and 3. Eyes open.
Okay.
Very good. Just relax. Get yourself comfortable once again. And now that you're comfortable, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to allow your soul to take you to the origin of your fear of anger from others, especially men. 1, intensifying that fear. 2, and 3. What do you feel when you feel this fear of anger?
It's something I don't want.
Keep going. What is it that you don't want?
I'm scared.
Yes, tell me more.
Like if they're going to hit me.
Where are you?
An orphanage.
Yes, how old are you there in this orphanage?
10.
Are you a boy or a girl?
Boy.
So what do they call you in this place?
Jack.
Jack. Very good. So Jack, who is it that you're afraid of?
The teacher.
What does your teacher do to make you so afraid?
Hitting. Screaming.
Jack, are there others there that your teacher also screams at and hits?
Yes.
Yes. But what is it about you? Yes.
Punishment.
Does your teacher punish you?
Yeah.
So I want you to now to go to a time right before a punishment. And let's see how this all happens. And 1, 2, and 3. What's happening, Jack?
I dropped something in the floor.
Yes. What happens?
I broke a glass with milk.
Yes. What happens next?
She hit me.
Notice where she hit you.
In the face.
What's your teacher's name?
Sarah.
Continue. What happens next?
She makes me do water buckets from the well to inside.
Yes. How many water buckets do you need to carry?
Hundreds.
So, let's find out what happens after this. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to move forward to an important event, something that impacts that life. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm leaving the orphanage.
How old are you?
18.
Yes. Where are you going?
Going to look for a job.
Yes. Continue.
Going to the city of New York.
What year is this?
1900.
Tell me more.
I'm going to start shoe shining.
How do you feel about this?
I'm happy.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
I met a girl.
Yes.
She does laundry for a living.
Look into her eyes. Do you recognize those eyes?
Yes.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
We get married. We're
Yes.
renting a room. Can't afford a house.
Yes. Continue.
My wife becomes a teacher.
Yes.
She knows my life as an orphan.
Yes.
She's from France.
And how does this affect you knowing that your wife is becoming a teacher?
I told her everything.
Yes.
She felt bad that I had to go through that.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
We're having a baby, so we're moving.
Yes.
Have a little house by the park.
How does that make you feel?
Happy.
Yes. Move forward to another significant part of your life.
My son has a graduation as a doctor.
Yes. How does this make me feel?
I'm very proud.
Yes. Yes. What happens next? Continue.
And when my mom moved to the country, we're tired of the city.
Yes. Continue.
We have a well.
Yes.
And I buy sheep and cows
Yes.
and learn how to make cheese.
Yes. Notice how you feel in this life now.
Peace.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be at the end of your life in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. Notice what's happening.
I fell off a carriage or buggy.
Yes. How old are you there?
68.
What part of your body was affected?
My chest.
Yes. What is your chest feeling?
My lung collapsed.
Yes. And as your lung collapse, notice how it's affecting your heart.
It's slow.
And as the heart slows down, how is it affecting all of your muscles?
They don't want to move anymore.
And when they don't want to move and you could hardly get any more breath in, what's the last thought that you have?
I love my wife and son.
So allow yourself to leave that body now. And I want you to notice your soul. What part of you is missing?
No part.
Have you taken with you any anger?
Some.
Who does that anger belong to?
Someone else.
Identify whose anger that is.
The teacher.
Very good. So I want you to go ahead and begin to address that teacher. And tell that teacher exactly how you feel about the mistreatment that you received as a young boy, the anger, the abuse. Tell her everything. Don't hold anything back.
It wasn't right to do that. I was a young boy, innocent.
Yes. And tell her how her words of anger and her punishment has affected your soul.
It's gone with me for several lives, and in fear of anger when that's just an emotion.
And notice how that anger is manifesting in your body, in your soul, where it is. Where is all of that anger, all of that fear?
Pelvic root chakra area.
Very good. So I want you to go ahead and you can grab it with your hands and take that energy and give it back to your teacher. Tell her exactly how you feel about her shooting you with this anger. Take it all out and give it to her.
Take back your anger.
Yes.
It's not mine to have.
Yes, release it all. And now that you've released that anger, we need to put something in its place. Instead of anger, what would you like to put in that area?
Love and peace.
Very good. So I want you to come up with a color that represents love and peace for you. What would that be?
Blue.
Very good. So I'm going to strike the tuning fork, and I want you to go ahead and begin to put that blue into that space. And as you breathe it in, this love and peace is resonating with a frequency of change and renewal. Just as this fear can be an obstacle in all of your lifetimes, so too can these traumatic experiences that have remained there. And these waves are washing away all of the debris of these negative memories, all of the influences from your mind and soul, changing your perspective. so that you can face now the future with fresh eyes, fresh spirit, with love and peace. And with this love and peace, I want you to go ahead and address that teacher now. Can you forgive her for not knowing any better?
Yes.
Very good. So with that, go ahead and send her love, what she needed.
I send you love.
And now I want you to take that piece of you that was stuck in that experience, that anger, and talk to this young boy. What would you like to say to him now?
It's all for a purpose, and learning, you'll get through it.
Does he need to be afraid of others?
Don't be afraid anymore. You can never die.
Yes. And when others are angry, how can he react?
You can be more neutral and understanding of them.
Very good. So I want you to give this young boy a tool so that when someone is yelling at this soul, that you can deflect it, perhaps with a transparent shield or something that you can use to deflect all of their anger. What would you like to create in your mind?
A little golden key for him to carry.
Beautiful. So go ahead and give him the key, and you will keep a copy. And that way, when there's anger coming your way, you could use that key and deflect the anger, knowing that that anger has nothing to do with you, but only what they feel about themselves.
Yes.
So take that little boy who was in the orphanage, take him into the light now. And notice who's there waiting for him.
His mom.
Very good. Very good. So just go ahead and breathe in that light. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I'm going to find the origin of the fear of knives. 1, 2, and 3. What do you feel when you feel that fear of knives?
Racing heart. Panic.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm in a castle.
What's happening?
I'm a queen of a court.
Yes. What's happening around you?
I'm getting ready to go to a hearing.
Yes. Continue.
Somebody stole a chicken, and I'm going to the hearing.
Yes. What are you feeling in your heart as you're going there?
Nervous.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
The court votes and puts them to death.
How does this make you feel?
It's sad.
Why is it that as the queen of the court, you have no vote?
The king has a say. I can just tell the king. And if the king wishes to listen to me, then the king addresses the court.
Yes. Continue. What happens?
The castle's invaded.
Who has invaded the castle?
And the peasants.
Yes, continue. What are you experiencing around you?
They're killing with swords.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Continue. What's happening?
I hide and I
Yes.
can't escape.
What happens?
They stab me with the sword.
So when they stab you with this sword, where is your soul at this time?
It floated above my body.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And as you're floating above your body and watching the soul, what are the thoughts going through your mind?
I serve my purpose, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
no longer needed.
Yes. So what's been the most difficult part of this ordeal?
I was young
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I didn't do much, but I did.
Mm-hmm. And this way in which you were killed. What are your physical reactions to that?
Scared,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't scream. I just stayed quiet.
Yes. And when you're screaming inside, staying quiet, what are you feeling emotionally?
And this is it. I have no control over it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What are your mental reactions?
I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice all of these things, these reactions. Being so scared, not screaming out, not having any control of a situation. How are all of these things now affecting the life as Laura?
She felt out of control of a lot for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What does it make you do when you feel out of control?
Second guess myself or shut down.
Mm-hmm. Yes. When you feel out of control and second guess yourself, shut down, what does it keep you from doing?
From taking action.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So I want you to listen very carefully. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be at that point when all of this begins in the castle, when all of the disruption begins. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
In my bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is it
Mm,
daytime or nighttime?
daytime.
Yes. What do you hear around you?
And they're banging on the castle doors.
Yes. How is this making you feel?
Scared, like the end is near.
Yes. Yes. Notice how this is affecting your body when you're so scared like this.
Can't sleep, can't eat.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Continue. What happens next?
They're breaking through the doors. And the soldiers are fighting them,
Yes. Yes. And where are you?
looking for a hiding spot.
Yes. Where is it that you hide?
Behind the bedroom curtain.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What happens next?
They find me.
So I want you to notice, I want you to slow it down. Who is the one who finds you?
2 men.
Do you recognize those men's eyes?
Yes.
Very good. What happens next?
They rape me.
Yes, continue.
And then they stab me.
Notice where they stab you.
On the right side.
Yes. And as they stab you now, I want you to notice how that feels as that blood begins to drain out.
It hurt, but I went numb.
And as you go numb, notice what's happening to the rest of your body.
It feels like it's going into a better place.
And as this body begins to lose all consciousness, what's the last thing that you think?
I will see God.
Very good. So I want you now to talk to this soul. What does she need to hear about what's all happened?
You're not really out of control like you think. There is no such thing as control. This is an illusion.
Yes.
Your experiences are attracted to you, and they have meaning. Should not be seen as good or bad.
Very good. So now I'd like for you to see those men before you, the ones who raped and stabbed you. And I want you to let them have it. What do you need to tell them about what they just did to you?
And you both are cowards. You had to rape and stab me, and you don't even know me.
Tell them everything. Get it out. Don't leave anything behind.
That was really fucked up, and you know what? Now I understand, but then I didn't. And you have paid for it. If you have not already, you will. But that is not my job.
Very good. So I want you to notice what they left you with from this rape, from the stabbing. Notice what energy you took on from them.
Helplessness, fear.
Yes. So I want you to go ahead and grab all of that energy and release it and give it back to them. Yes. Get it all out. Don't leave anything in. Get it all out.
Take it.
And now they took a lot from you. They took all your energy. They took from you everything, including your life. So now you need to demand that energy back.
You can have my energy. It's mine. And I declare it back.
Yes, give it to me now.
Give it to me now.
Breathe it in. Fill yourself up with that dignity, that courage, that strength, that self-respect, everything they took from you. And now as you look at them, from a different perspective. Can you forgive these men?
I do.
Don't leave anything with yourself. So now I want you to do something that may sound a little odd, but I want you to turn over on your side, and I want you to vomit out all of that energy from that wound, from that sword. Just take it all out. Just cough it out. All of that blood that was left inside of that body. Yes, get it all out. All of it, all of it. That's it. Yes. Very good. And I want you to go ahead and sew up that space. Sew up that part of you that had that sword cut. That's it. Very good. And I want you to go ahead and take that soul now into the light, understanding with the death of that body, this experience is over. There is no need now to fear knives. There is no need to fear men who are angry. Angry at something that it wasn't even yours. Go ahead and release that soul from that experience and take her into the light and breathe in that light. And tell me when you're there. Very good. So now I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, we'll find the origin of the fear of the heights, of looking out. 1, 2, and 3. What do you feel when you feel this fear?
Dizzy and pending doom.
Where are you when you're feeling this dizziness?
I'm on a cliff.
Notice your body. Is it male or female?
Female.
What's happening?
I was robbed.
Yes. Yes, continue.
They said they're going to push me off the cliff.
Who are they?
The robbers.
Look at them. Do you recognize them?
Yes.
Yes. What do they tell you?
Their souls say that we have an agreement.
Yes. What is that agreement?
My work here is done. So
What happens next?
they tie ropes around me.
Yes. Notice where they're tying the ropes.
Around arms, stomach.
Yes. Yes. What happens next?
They left me overnight.
Yes. And as they leave you overnight, what are your physical reactions to this?
At first scared, but then really tired. Just
Yes.
be done with it. I'm sad. And they called me a witch.
Very good. Yes. And when they call you a witch, what is the mental reactions? What do you think about all of this?
It's not what they think. They don't understand.
Yes. So I want you to notice all of these things that you're feeling. Being scared, then getting tired, being called something that you're not. How is this now affecting the life as Laura?
She still has a persecution feeling, even though this life is a lot more free.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And when you feel persecuted like this, what does it make you do in the life of Laura?
Not be herself, be as open with her abilities and spirituality as much as she wants.
Yes. So when you're not being yourself, you feel persecuted. What does it keep you from doing?
Just holding back.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll get to the next significant moment. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
It threw me off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue.
It was quick.
Mm-hmm. Where is your soul when all of this is happening? When your body is falling?
I was watching my body.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What is the last thing you think as that body dies?
And I'm happy I made my choices regardless.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So now I want you to talk to those men that tied you up and threw you off the cliff. Get it all out. Don't hold anything back. Scream at them. Whatever you need to do.
You call me Gypsy, but you don't even know what that means. You grow up as bullies and think that you can just treat others that are physically weaker than you when you're being the coward and the bully and the abuser. And I am peaceful.
Yes.
I'm a teenager. I had a young life that you stole.
Mm-hmm.
But we had an agreement.
But that agreement did not mean taking your energy.
No.
Go ahead and demand everything they took from you, including feeling safe in your environment. Tell them.
Give me back my energy. Give me back the feeling to feel free and open to do practice as I can.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Demand it now.
Give it now.
Taking back all of your feelings, a feeling of security, feeling that energy coming back in, knowing that as this frequency goes through you, you release these negative emotions, feeling grounded, feeling balanced, and feel all of those negative emotions that have been held on for so long in so many lifetimes to just flow out through the legs, through the arches of your feet, down into Mother Earth, feeling now grounded, knowing there is nothing to fear. And I want you to begin to take that soul out of that experience, understanding now that with the death of that body, that experience is over. There is no need to fear any heights because you now understand that your soul can soar. And take this soul now into the light and tell me when you're there.
She's there.
Very good. So now I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will identify the fear of those who have no homes. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
In a circus.
What's happening?
Looking around at performers.
What do you look like there?
I'm a fortune teller.
You male or female?
Female.
Yes. Notice how old you are.
19.
What do they call you there?
Sasha.
Sasha, what's happening now?
Performers are going out on stage.
Yes.
And I have a little table
Yes.
and sitting.
Where is this table?
It's on the side of that area with a little tent.
Yes. Yes, continue.
I talk to customers as they walk by.
And how do you feel about what it is that you do?
I enjoy it.
Are you good at fortune telling?
I can tell the future.
Yes. Yes, continue.
I get a client.
Yes.
The lady's husband died, so she's in despair.
How do you help her?
To connect with her husband, then he's waiting for her. Not to worry.
Yes. Yes, continue.
She doesn't believe until I tell her something that only he knows.
Yes.
And she believes.
How does this make you feel knowing that she believes in you?
Helpful.
Very good. So advance a little bit forward and see what happens next.
My trailer was broken into.
Yes. Cool.
There are a band of thieves.
Yes. What have they taken from you?
What have they not taken from me? I just have the clothes that I wear.
Yes. Yes. Continue.
I build a fire outside. To eat since I have no dishes.
Yes.
I know who they are.
Yes. Who are they?
And those drunkards around.
Yes.
The drunkards that stay around and feed their habit.
Yes. So how is this affecting you now?
Scared of these vagabonds.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
I get attacked.
Yes, tell me more.
One came back.
Yes. What did they do to attack you?
They strangle me.
Yes, what happens?
I survived,
Yes.
but I don't want to stay here.
Mm-hmm. Do you continue to read the future?
I do, but not here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I want you to think about this incident that's happened. Breaking into your trailer, taking everything from you, and then coming back and attacking you. What's the most difficult thing about all of this?
I can see the future, but something like this still happens, even to me.
Yes. Yes. So when you could see the future, but things still happen to you, how does this affect you physically?
I was shocked,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
but I knew if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
I accept it a little more each time.
Mm-hmm. How is all of this now affecting the life as Laura?
She had a spiritual awakening, and after that, knew there's a divine plan.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So knowing that there is a divine plan, I want you to go back now to that moment before you were strangled. And this time you're going to see it in detail. As I count from 1 to 3, you'll be able to feel everything. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
I was pushed and kicked.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now I'm being held to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Look into that person's eyes. Do you recognize those eyes?
No,
Mm-hmm. What do you see in those eyes?
fear.
Mm-hmm. Fear. Notice where that fear is coming from.
Their heart.
Mm-hmm. And as you feel their fear, what is it doing to you? How is this fear of theirs affecting your own sense of wellness?
And their fear is becoming part of me.
Mm-hmm. Notice where that fear is infiltrating.
My neck and my heart.
Yes, yes. So I want you to go ahead and talk to this man who's doing this to you. Tell him everything you feel.
You take from me, and I don't have much. You feed your addiction, but you'll find that your thirst will never be quenched. You're seeking a mirage
Yes,
because it's in you. It's not out of you.
yes. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I want you to give this man your voice. Let me speak with him. 1, 2, and 3. You there, strangling this woman. Why are you there? Why are you doing this to her?
I need my drinks.
Yes, and by strangling her, you're going to get your drinks?
It felt good at the time.
Mm-hmm. What does feel so good about strangling somebody else?
I'm in power.
Yes, that's it. So it's not really about the strangling. It's the fact that you're so powerless that you need to take the power from someone else. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Switch. Go ahead and demand that he give you back all of that power that he took from you. Demand it now.
Give me my power back right now. You can't take it in the first place.
Put it back where it belongs. Yes. Breathe it in. Fill yourself with that power. And as you fill yourself with that power, notice what happens to him.
He disappeared.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So now that you're feeling empowered, I want you to go ahead and fix up whatever that happened in your throat that's strangling. Go ahead and use your hands and heal that space. That's it. Use your powerful energy to heal. And now that you are empowered, I want you to find anything that he left within you that may still be there and pull it out and just release it into the universe. That's it. Very good. And now, what would you like to tell this soul? What does she need to hear?
You are not powerless. You never were and you never will be.
Yes.
And blockage is a false belief
Yes.
that you have control over.
Very good. So I want you to go ahead and take this soul into the light now. And tell me when she's there.
She's there.
Very good. And just breathe in that light. And now that she's there, what advice do you give Laura about her life? All of these fears that she's been holding from all of those lifetimes. This feeling of not being in power, of feeling the anger of those that treated her badly in this life. What advice do you give to her? What messages does she need to hear to finally release all of this?
You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you know that.
Yes.
So you need to trust in this and yourself and not question as much.
Yes. Very good. Is there any other message that you need to give to Laura?
Be more open and free with your spiritual gifts.
Very good. Very good. And with that now, I'd like for you to scan your body and make sure that your body is feeling bright. There should be no shadows, no anything. It should be just shining bright. How does it look now?
Better.
What would make it even better?
You make it better. We all do.
Yes. So I'd like for all of the angels right now, let's do one last thing for Laura and bring in a magnificent light to shine on her. This light would make her remember who she truly is, how big this soul is. So go ahead and begin to breathe in this light. And as you look around, see all of the angels there smiling at you as they go all around you, shining that light. And as this light shines, you'll begin to see the soul, the beauty of your soul, the enormity of this soul, how big it is. Where within this soul, there is no space for fear. There is only love. Breathe it in. Breathe it all in. And I'm going to now strike a tuning fork. And this tuning fork will allow you to finally clear all of those things that have been festering inside of you. Knowing that now every cell of your body is being vibrated to perfect alignment. And to keep yourself in alignment, refuse fear, as this is the tool that is used to enslave us. Fear is not a part of your world. Center yourself now. Center into yourself, your soul. Look at your light being and connect with your source, your creator. And suddenly you activate, feeling only peace, feeling only love, raising your vibration and using that key to activate this anytime you wish. This is your future now. Letting go of all of those things that have held you back. And now as you see yourself in this beautiful form, is there anything else, or do you feel that we are complete for today?
We are complete.
Very good. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Wow.
How are you?
Sleepy.
Sleepy. Wow. How do you feel?
Wow. Like I went out of this world.
Did quite a few times.
Yeah.
So did you feel this went quickly or took a long time? How did it feel like to you?
Kind of like both, almost as if time stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it felt slow and then it felt fast at the end.
How long do you think we've been on this without cheating?
Um, between 1 and 2 hours.
We are almost at 1:55 right now.
Wow.
We got everything done. A lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
But you were able to really hone in on these lifetimes. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it before, but not to this level.
Mm-hmm. Well, each time you do it, it's going to be more intense, because you're going to let go more.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So you want to share this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, there were quite a few lifetimes. The one in the war was pretty sad too.
Yeah. And actually I'm a military veteran in this life, so now I see why I was drawn to the military again.
Yes. Yeah, but it's almost like you lost when you felt so, you lost everything with that bombing. It's almost like you came back and said, "Okay, I'm gonna do my part to not let this happen again."
Yeah, and actually I've had like PTSD nightmares of bombings, and now I know why.
That's it. That's it. Well, when you have that, it's because your soul is trapped in that experience. And we've
Yeah.
already rescued that soul from that experience. What happened is that even though you left the country after the bombings, a piece of your soul was still on the loop, reliving that. So it was, you had PTSD then. So it
Hmm.
was like the loop was then. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not from now. It's from
It's
that
not for now.
experience. Yeah.
So now we've kind of, now we kind of understand what happened. But it's almost like he didn't have a voice to express his sadness and his anger at what happened.
No, it
He
was,
left the country, went to live in the countryside and everything, but still, that part of him was, it's like he suppressed it.
yeah, total silence, like the
Yes.
ultimate censorship.
Yep. Yep. So it was good. It was good. So where are you? Tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Lincoln, California, in Northern California, and uh, you can find me on Facebook under Soul Dreamer,
Okay.
and yeah, I like to do some spiritual work. I'd like to do more, and eventually,
What kind of work are you offering? Do you offer work for people? Do you do tarot cards or anything like that or
yes, I do tarot, and I'm getting more into like the spiritual healing, and I'm in a coach, being coached right now for a 9-month program, and I hope to do a lot more healing.
wonderful. Well, you were a fortune teller then, so you're just taking on what you left off then. So you don't have to be afraid of it this time. That's why you had hesitation is because, you know, you've already been attacked by it before.
Yeah, I still definitely felt that initially, like I'm not supposed to do this, and then I told myself, why? We're in modern times.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, it's been a pleasure, Laura, to do this. You could see why today we had to do it, not the other day. Things
Yes,
worked out beautifully, and yeah, and hopefully in the future we can, meet again somewhere and do another one.
I hope so. It was a blessing, and you're fabulous, Alba.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So much love to you, and.